At our anniversary, the candle between us trembled as if it could sense what was coming. Wax pooled, time slowed. My wife smiled too wide, fingers wrapped tight around her wineglass, knuckles pale. "I planned a surprise," she said. The word landed wrong, heavy, like a locked door closing somewhere behind me. I studied her face, the practiced excitement, the way her eyes avoided mine by a fraction of a second. 18 years had trained me to notice fractions. "I invited someone," she continued, "a man, to help us." The room felt suddenly staged, furniture too neat, air too still. She leaned forward, voice low, almost kind. "He knows how to please a woman. He'll show you what you couldn't give me in 18 years. I felt nothing at first. That scared me more than anger. "If he steps into my house," I said calmly, "you'll regret it." She laughed, a sharp, nervous sound. Then the doorbell rang. I didn't move. I already knew. Some truths announce themselves before they arrive. Shock is quiet. It doesn't scream. It observes. My wife stood, smoothing her dress like this was dinner theater. I stayed seated, watching her walk away from me as if she'd been rehearsing it for months, maybe years. The betrayal wasn't the man, not yet. It was the certainty in her steps, the confidence that I would accept this, that I was already diminished in her mind. The door opened, footsteps, familiar weight, familiar rhythm. I exhaled through my nose and finally looked up. My best friend stood in the doorway. 18 years of shared holidays, shared jokes, shared trust. He froze when he saw me, not surprised, guilty. That was when the last piece slid into place. Late nights, canceled plans, the way she protected her phone like it held her pulse, the way he'd started complimenting her too carefully. I nodded once, polite, controlled. "Come in," I said. My wife watched me closely, waiting for eruption. It never came. Denial would have been easier, rage too, but clarity is colder. Over the next week, I became invisible by design. I smiled, I listened, I nodded at the right moments. I let them think I was processing, healing, adjusting. Inside, I cataloged. Phone records, calendar overlaps, a hotel charge buried under groceries, a message preview caught in a reflection. I didn't confront, I verified. I hired a private investigator with a reputation for discretion and a fee that ensured silence. I requested timestamps, not opinions, facts. At night, my wife slept beside me, breathing evenly, confident. I stared at the ceiling and planned exits, not revenge. Revenge is loud. Truth is surgical. The folder arrived on a Tuesday. Plain, heavy. Photos, dates, a timeline longer than I'd expected. Not a mistake, a life. I waited until dinner, set the table, lit the same candles. When she sat, I slid the folder across without a word. She opened it. Color drained fast. Her hands shook. "I can explain," she whispered. I held up a finger, not angry, finished. "He was your idea," I said. "The performance was unnecessary." Her mouth opened, closed. From the hallway, footsteps approached. Another knock, scheduled. I stood and opened the door myself. My friend, former friend, smiled nervously until he saw the folder in her lap. Silence crushed the room. "I already told your wife," I said evenly, "that I don't share what's mine." I stepped aside, gesturing to the evidence. "You can explain yourselves to each other." Then I handed him an envelope, a copy, plus something extra, a notice from his employer, a morals clause he'd forgotten he signed. His face collapsed. To her, I slid a second envelope. Divorce papers, signed, filed, dated. "I knew before tonight," I said. "I just needed you to think you were in control." She reached for me. I stepped back. That was the moment she understood, not that she'd lost me, that she'd never had me the way she thought. I left them standing in the wreckage they built together. Outside, the night air was clean, indifferent. 18 years doesn't vanish. It calcifies, becomes something you carry without feeling. I didn't look back. Some surprises are only painful if you're still attached. I wasn't.